everybody, welcome to BrickVault. My name is Jack and today is another LEGO Weekly News Update. The first thing I want to talk about today is there's a giant new Big Ben set and it's from LEGO Creator. At 4,163 pieces, this is officially the 5th largest LEGO set ever made. And being such a massive and awesome set, there is a LEGO designer video now out that goes along with it. And what's most interesting about these videos, for me at least, is that they very clearly show off all the new different pieces that are going to be in the set. It's going to retail for $250 and will be available for VIP members on June 15th and open to the general public on July 1st. This is a great reveal and a pleasant surprise, but this is the reveal I was waiting for. There was a Rebel Combat Frigate set rumored last week for Star Wars, and Jacob9821 on Eurobricks revealed the official images. At first I was a bit underwhelmed with the shape of this ship in LEGO, but when you show the build and the image of the ship side by side, it's actually not as far off as I thought, but maybe this ship design is just a little bit simpler than I realized. One thing I do like very much though is that this set does have Ahsoka Tano, and this time she is wielding 2 blue lightsaber blades. Also, if you want to learn more about this, we will leave links for it and links for everything we talk about in the video description below. Moving along with the reveals, we finally get to see the new Marvel Avengers Civil War set that people were talking about. This is the Tanker Truck Takedown. This too was revealed by Jacob on the Eurobricks forum, and this was the LEGO Civil War set that they chose not to reveal until after the release of the movie. So if you've managed to not know anything about Civil War, haven't seen the movie, and really want to be surprised, click ahead because I'm going to show the set in 3, 2, 1. Personally, I don't really see what the big deal is with this set and why the images weren't released sooner. I assumed this was because of Spider-Man, but the one extra character you see here that you haven't seen before from the trailers is Vision. Either way, the set looks alright. We get a couple of new minifigs, and the build for this tanker truck really does actually look pretty good. And I guess Jacob was just on a roll this week for the Eurobricks forum, because he also revealed this Black Knight mech set for NexoKnights. It's 530 parts, and I'd say this mech looks considerably cooler than the King's mech, particularly the build for the sword, and I like that shield gun double function. This week as well, there were also some minifig reveals. This guy right here is the First Order General. We don't know when he will be released, but most likely he's going to be part of a promotion. And here's what's going to be given out at E3. This is a limited edition Green Arrow Dimensions polybag. The minifigure doesn't look exclusive, I think, but we don't really know. It's possible he could have a different expression, but he does come with a golden base for Dimensions. Moving on with reveals, and more reveals, LEGO social media has posted out this Ninjago picture with a caption reading "Time to close the circle." You can make your own guesses about this, but it might have something to do with the LEGO Ninjago movie coming out in the future. And our final reveal is not just this little picture of the banana suit minifigure for the new Series 16 collectible minifigures, but there's also now a list of names. I'll read them off as quickly as possible. We have Babysitter, Wildlife Photographer, Cyborg, Ice Queen, Penguin Suit Guy, Banana Suit Guy, Spy, Imp, Hiker, Rogue, Arabian Knight, Serenader, Spooky Boy, Scalawag Pirate, Dog Show Judge, and Female Kickboxer. There are unofficial images of these LEGO minifigures floating around the internet, but we are not going to reveal them until they are officially announced. So if you want to find some of those on your own, feel free to search, but we're not going to showcase those images here at BrickVault until someone at LEGO gives the go-ahead. Now this week there are a few things that are newly available that you can get, and namely this Minecraft Village set is one of them. I just came out yesterday with a review for it, and spoiler alert, I liked it a lot. Also newly available this week is the Marvel Avengers DLC Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Like usual, it comes with a bunch of characters, a new level, and it's just a couple of bucks to download. Last new thing that is available this week is not a set of any kind, but instead Alan Tran from thebrickfan.com was nice enough to link the LEGO 2016 color palette that he got from the Ambassador Network. I for one am not too happy about this, because now I really don't have an excuse for not knowing any LEGO colors during a review. Moving on in LEGO news that is not a reveal or something newly available, Alan Tran from thebrickfan.com reports that the Minifigures online game will be canceling in October. And if you don't know what Minifigures Online is, that is probably part of the reason why this thing is canceling in the first place. It's basically this big MMO, and with each collectible minifigure packet that you opened, it would come with a code so you could play with that character in the game. But long story short, not enough people are playing it, and Funcom's licensing agreement runs out in October of 2016, so you can soon say goodbye to this thing that some of you probably didn't even know existed until just now. Lastly, there was a nice little article that I saw on thebrickset.com that I'd like to share, and I'm not going to bother saying the name of it, but instead just show some of the pictures. I believe this part is going to be first coming out with a lot of those new City Volcano sets, and it is just a matter of time before this piece finds its way onto a bunch of custom mechs in the future in the form of fingers. That's just my initial reaction, but allowing bars to connect at a posable joint will surely have a lot of good uses. And on that note, let's move on to our custom creation segment and see what people have been building this last week. This first build here is called Glurkin By Djordje. At least I think that's how you say his name. And this is probably one of the most expressive creatures I've seen from LEGO. I think the most clever bit of building here is definitely the dinosaur heads used for the eyes, but the whole face is great, it's very expressive, and there's a nice fluid shape to the body. Here's an awesome build called Soapbox by Toulouse. Looks like an old soapbox car that's got a nice cylindrical shape and some big exhaust running down the sides. And not only does it look good in the front, but we've got a nice build for the back as well. But I think my favorite part is the interior control console. A lot of nice details, awesome build for the seat, and a great piece used for the steering wheel. Here's an awesome motorcycle called Wasteland Roemer by Stephan Jonsson. This bike looks really strong and gritty, and I like the builder's choice of colors. It makes the bike feel a little bit more faded and like things are worn away, and I believe that was the desired effect. This is kind of like a Mad Max vehicle, and if you don't believe me, here is the bike with some other post-apocalyptic tools. But there's some really great details here, including what I think is an extra gas canister, and we've got some tanks set up here in the back that look like they're meant for giving your bike a boost. Anyways, if you want to see some other cool vehicles, including some more awesome LEGO motorcycles, I definitely suggest you check out his Flickr feed. This is called The Force is Strong with This One by Wing Yu. There was a similar build a couple of weeks ago that was a Star Wars themed bedroom, but in this build things are definitely scaled up. And I mean that in both the size of this room being 2 stories, and I think the scale of this bedroom is actually larger than an average minifigs. It looks great from afar, but certainly the best details are always appreciated when you look a little bit closer. Just about every apparatus in this room has some sort of Star Wars association, the desk being an X-Wing, the chair being an AT-AT, and the headlamp being a lightsaber. You can also see a bunch of toys around, some awesome LEGO built Star Wars posters on the walls, and on the top floor we have minifigs there that look like they could be collectible action figures. There's a lot of stuff going on in this build, and this is a great way to play out your Star Wars fantasy den without actually changing your entire room and/or house. This last build here is something incredibly unique which I had not seen before. This is the Himeji Temple by Talapz. I don't think I'm saying that right. This builder created an awesome build right here, but the greatest thing about this temple is that it can fold up. This looks like an insanely complicated design, and nothing about this function looks like it was easy to make. The video of this working function is on their YouTube channel, and if you want to see it and videos of other folding creations, once again, links in the video description below. Alright, so that is it for this LEGO Weekly News Update. Thanks a lot for watching. If you enjoy our content, feel free to subscribe. Remember to tune in same time next week for another LEGO Weekly News Update, and we will see you next time at BrickVault.